Hey, and we live. And we live. You come right there now.
I can what?
Come right there. You can see the world. How y'all doing, everybody? It's early. It's 8:50. I'm up here early. My spirit told me. You know what, Bree? You know what? You know what, Bree? You know what you can do? All right, I just closed the plan. Hey everybody, how you doing? It's early. We live on all major platforms. Yes. So if you're on Facebook, how y'all doing? If you're on Instagram, if you're on YouTube, how y'all doing? If you're on Twitch, how y'all doing? Love to be here. Love to be here with y'all. I'm doing something right quick. Give me a second.
Welcome back, rookie.
Your palms right now. There you go. Yeah, it's a tax. This is. Shh. Ah. 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 Take those coins. Alright. How about using the piggy bank effectively? No, fuck no. Why? 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 Israel. What do you mean? Thanks, PJ. Hey, son, dude. Thank you, boy. Thank you. Thank you. All right, y'all. So we go online. Oh wait. Is she ready to go? Is she ready to go, PJ? You hear that? She ready to go. Hey, you better take time. Don't bust a sweat. No, you're not. That would be hilarious. Child eating. He's still eating his banana in line. He bought it there. All right, y'all. I have been doing horrible on this online, but we're gonna do what we do. I think I got one win. All the races I've never done, I think I won once. I did a lot. Shut up, Bree. Shut up, Bree. I've been I was playing this for like 9 hours yesterday. In between stretching and shadow boxing. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah. My boy look at the game. Duh. Alright, see, I've been putting some work in. What's this? It's dirt. Yeah, we're going with the president. We're going with the WRX. Wife up in here being self-conscious about the gut. Same thing. The lower gut. The gut everybody like. Who?
The girl with the low club business.
What?
Girl with the low club business. You know the same day that you that girl with the ass came that you said something about her who dressed in that little bit shorter than?
Yeah, thank God. Well, I saw she was wearing pants. Talking about all kind of fucking, and I'm outside working, busting a sweat. But you ever give me pants? You ever provide me with pants? I'm out here busting sweats. I'm gonna need more from you. I know, it's fucking neighbor. She had the niggas go upstairs for housework, and the niggas was flirting. And I heard someone giggling in my company. Just look right at me like, girl. It's hot there, huh? They ain't see pics, huh? Niggas walked in, but I'm like, the scenery don't look like a porno intro, so never mind. I didn't really feel bad. I didn't really feel committed to the cause of the scenario, but it's funny. Nah, if that's the case. I don't want. Next video. No, Good luck getting your views. Now she's talking to that black girl in the leggings. I'm like, okay, now you're more my speed. We don't fuck with colors in this motherfucking apartment complex.
You said what?
Huh? I'm not repeating myself on live. I'm not repeating myself on live.
Are you finished? You haven't seen me eat? You're too distracted, huh?
I put you in front of primary entertainment. I feel you, huh? That was fast. Oh no, we gotta wait for the other load screen. Y'all, if this shit's fast, well, I'm not And you don't play my phone. You gotta be used to it. Yeah. Like we need a cord to use the 2 monitors. I got you. Use the one right here. So that's on that one. You are not killing my internet speed for my fans. For the people who are watching me right now. All right. So you the first race. I'm not playing music for the first race. I ain't playing no music for the first race. Yes, it is. Look at that. See, I'm the best person on my team. And the other teams with this. Fuck! Fuck! See, yo, that's first race. That's the first race of the day. And I was talking shit. That's what happens. And I'm in last place. Damn. Oh, I'm missing all the checkpoints. Holy shit. Okay, yo. It's the first day. This is the last car I was working on. So it's the first day. We'll take that L, PJ. We'll take it. We'll take that L. First game. First game. Yeah, you messing with my feng shui. You over here killing the feng shui. You over here, what the Abu Dhabi say? Abu Dhabi. You killing the quality of my show. Did I do the springs for this? I don't think I did. I did. Oh my god.
Minus the food trip.
All right. Yeah, a little bit too much understeer. And see, it's not good to do this. What I'm doing and go right to online, but fuck it. I should be doing I should be racing a computer while I'm doing this. I don't give a fuck. Never driven Mustang all-wheel drive, so I'm adaptive. I'm just an FRS driver, y'all. And this FRS ain't no class for the FRS since we went for motherfucking game, which just sucks. Monkey butt. Yeah. I know, right? Disgusting. Oh Lord, got you up here sliding around. What's going on? I want to go to the lake. See that? You see it, yo? Oh, I think I messed up. I think I messed up on that one. I messed up. But can you no practice it, huh? Yeah. Delicious for Pplus Junior. What's up, dude? There you go. There you go. See, he appreciates that, dude. So nice. Oh, you're so nice. You're so nice. Yeah. It was faster today. Niggas must have the end to pay for a day. No, the morning. No, the faster. I don't know. Who knows? This game. Who knows? In the game world, no one knows. Hey, you off me super? What the fuck? They hit me for no reason. Oh my god. Yeah, I gotta go. I have to risk computer, PJ. This understeer is too strong for all these cars. That's whack. Alright. And then y'all, we'll find out. I'll find out with y'all if these cars just not gonna keep up with the competition. I decided to pick some of my favorites, and I think it's bad for her.
Turn around when it is safe to do so.
What is this sign at? Hey! This motherfucker's trying to escape me.
You have arrived at your destination.
Let's see. Now we gotta find a race, y'all. We gotta find a race. Now we're doing the OG. We're doing the OG. Let's do two. What? Oh. I gave my son some toys to play with. There we go. Okay. My springs.
Okay, one more. Hold on. You tell me to come back. Hold on. Let me check. Name is all inside of your legs. to pour the bananas.
What's this for?
Right back.
No, you don't do that. Just did that. Sounds easy. They don't make life hard. Look at me. 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 All right, she'll look at me, y'all. All right, hopefully that works because everything else so far is more or less annoying to shot me. It shouldn't be this complex.
Turn around. To do so,
Ah.
in 100 yards, turn left. In 400 yards, turn right. Turn right.
Hey, hey. That's how I do, y'all. I'm playing the computer now. Fuck that. That should be easy. This should be easy. It should be light work. I should not be losing this one. If I lose this one, I'm gonna be mildly upset, but understandable. Shut up, Bree. Why try to kiss ass? Huh? Get out. Come here. Come here. Come here. Sit down. Sit down. Sit down. Sit down. Sit down. Come here. All right. All right. I put the dog up. And my mouse does. Oh, yeah, mouse control. Report is found. Money may resume. Right, that was random. All right, so let's see what we got, y'all. Let's see what we do. hate when niggas don't know how to let me go. I hate it. Why am I? Oh, I think I know what that. I know what that is. Let's go 840. Let's see. Let's see. All my tires want to give out. That's why that he keeps doing that shit. Let's see. We gotta get this shit right, right? Get this shit right. I'm over here reading this shit 8,000 million times. Make sure I'm not crazy. The results are very. How's that for sure? Oh yeah. I gotta see. We gotta look at it real quick. What is it called? Oh my goodness gracious.
In a much quicker
Same
launch,
video,
we were able to stay in first longer and gained traction right away in second. trickiest part to get right in a rear-wheel drive launch. Moving on to second gear, you want to catch traction right away in
Okay, about
values
that.
from the formula between 45 and 80%. Aero can be a huge factor for increasing grip, and I strongly recommend adding the best rear aero possible, even if it means using the dreaded Forza wing. Damping can be adjusted separately from the rest of suspension and can play a big role in grip. If you use the formula from my basic tuning guide, you should be set in most cases, but if you need more rear grip, stiffening the front damping or softening rear damping can help you out.
I
Now
tried
let's
that.
dive into suspension settings. Again,
Look at
we're
that.
starting with the values from the formula I use in my tuning video. Let's start by going out onto the road to establish a baseline and show you what you should be looking for when making tuning adjustments. Alright, so with this base tune run, the car feels okay, but it's a bit squirrely on the straights, and you can see exiting these corners that the car rocks back a bit. That's usually a sign of too much oversteer. I can tell the car really wants to slide out from under me, so I'm having to manage throttle and steering input a lot more in order to keep the car from losing traction. So from these first three corners, I can tell that we need to reduce oversteer a bit and definitely increase rear grip. Let's hop into the tuning window and start by stiffening the front sway bars to reduce oversteer and softening the rear to increase inside tire grip. Next, we'll stiffen the front springs to further reduce oversteer and help with that rocking back in the corner exit. Finally, we'll adjust dampening like we mentioned earlier to increase rear grip. And let's run those corners again. Here I can tell the car is much more stable in the straights. It does.
Okay, yeah, I don't get it, but because his car is just perfect, I guess. So I'm not gonna sit there and trust that source of information. You know, life is not that easy. But we're getting there. 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 Hey, bitch. My fault, fuck. Oh my goodness. What in the world, y'all? What in the world? I don't get it. I need. And then. Let's try this. Oh no, I was ate something. Fuck. Let's see what we got. Hold it back. But
He didn't have one on either. He's not been in the office. Like, no, you don't. He's like, nobody has. Nah, he just. You are.
Oh, shit. Shit. Oh, this for popcorn. I should some popcorn. I should some popcorn. Damn, apartment complex. Just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Let's see this works. Direct shot. Oh, come on. Why are you drifting? What the fuck? I didn't. Interesting. Fuck. It's so annoying, y'all. Y'all see why this game is annoying in its own right? So much imperfection shit in this stupid ass game. And their cars just suit perfectly. So you just best build top build, I guess. Shit. That was my fault. That was my fault. I mean, fourth gear. Fifth gear trying to do that shit. Don't you dare spit out, bitch. I had to do that. What in the fuck? Okay. Now we know that's messed up. We need that sharp corner done. That is unacceptable. Let's go there. Let's get extreme. Let's go 3.1. I messed with one little gear, and then it gonna set me up. Y'all see how intense the competition is? Still not enough. That was better, y'all. I thought that was better. Why? Why? Huh? I got you. Bladder has been emptied. All right. Let me try to play a good. Be quiet. So I got for you on the vote. So I got for you on the votes. I'm playing some beats today. I probably listen to instrumentals. Nope. Let's see what we got, y'all. Let's see what we got, y'all. Let's see what we got, y'all. Let's see.
deep dive into differential tuning. The mechanics and tuning of differentials can often be misunderstood, and I figured this would be a great topic to do a bit of a more focused video on. So let's start with the basics just to make sure everyone's on the same page and explain what a differential is. Differentials allow power to be delivered to your wheels while also allowing them to move at different speeds. This is needed because when turning, your inside tire is moving slower than your outside tire, and without a differential, your wheels would be locked together, causing your outside tire to drag across the road during corners. Differentials are only required on whatever wheels are getting power, so a rear-wheel drive car will only have one in the rear, front-wheel drive only in the front, and an all-wheel drive car will have both a front and rear, as well as a center differential, which is a bit different, and we'll cover that later. Now, in real life, there are a lot of different styles of differentials, but in Forza, you only really need to worry about one, the two-way. Even though Forza gives us the choice between stock, 1.5, and two-way diffs, these are not exactly the same as their real-life counterparts, and a two-way diff in Forza will give us all the benefits of the previous two without any of the negatives that you would get in real life, and it won't cost us any extra PI either. If you know how to properly tune a differential, two-way is always the right choice. So let's look at the differential tuning window to help us understand how to tune. Let's start by focusing only on rear-wheel drive. You'll see on this 370Z we have one rear diff, and we can adjust the percentage for acceleration and deceleration. The accel setting only applies when we're on the gas, and the decel setting only applies when we're engine braking or on the brakes. When coasting at a near constant speed, none of these settings apply and the diff will always be open. The percentage essentially adjusts how much the left and right wheels lock together. So at 100%, the left and right wheels would be completely locked, unable to spin independently at all. This is a great setting to use for drifting, and it can be helpful in extreme off-roading when one tire might be in the air, but in racing situations, you never want a fully locked diff, as it will always cause loss of traction around a corner. So let's move everything to 0%. Here, the wheels are free to move completely independently of each other, and the diff will be open. But this means that whichever wheel has the least resistance will spin the most and get the most power. So on a corner, your outside tire wouldn't be getting much or any power because the power is following the path of least resistance, which is the inside tire. This leads to understeer and slower cornering. In extreme cases, say when one tire is on ice or even in the air, the other tire contacting the road will get no power and the car will be stuck. If the differentials were locked at least to some percentage, the wheel on the ground would be able to receive some or all of the power leaking out of that spinning wheel and apply it to get the car moving. In racing, getting more power to the outside wheel on rear-wheel drive cars will promote more oversteer. Alright, so clearly we want a setting somewhere in the middle. In a rear-wheel drive vehicle, you want the setting to generally be as high as possible without causing the wheels to lock up too much for any given corner, thus leading to abrupt weight shift and or loss of traction. If your setting is also too low, especially on high-power vehicles, your inside wheel, which will be getting most of the power but has less grip, will end up spinning because the power will overcome the grip limit, so you have to send at least some of that power to that outside wheel, which is, of course, able to handle more grip due to weight transfer. So, how do you find the right percentage? The best way I've found is to start with a diff that's about 30% locked on acceleration and decel. Now find a flat corner that you can take at a good speed, say 60 to 100 miles per hour depending on the car's class. Take that corner and observe how much over or understeer the car has. Now keep taking that corner, entering at roughly the same speed, while upping the diff percentage by 10% each time. You should see more and more oversteer until a certain point where no more oversteer can be gained and you start to lose traction. This usually happens somewhere around 75% lock. Now you generally want your decel setting, which helps with corner entry as well as braking grip, to be a bit lower than your acceleration setting. This will promote more oversteer when entering a corner and while braking. But if you notice your car turning too sharply on corner entry, a higher rear diff lock can help keep this in check. So that has rear wheel drive cars covered. Now let's talk front wheel drive, and luckily everything here is roughly the same but reversed in a way. Reducing acceleration here will promote oversteer, so instead of tuning as close to 100% lock as possible, we want to tune closer to 0%. All the other rules still apply. We still want enough power going to both wheels so that one doesn't get too much power and slip. Finally, we have all-wheel drive. Tune your rear and front diff like you normally would, but now we have an extra tool to play with, the center diff. This simply adjusts how much power goes to the front or to the rear. 100% rear lock will essentially make the car rear-wheel drive and vice versa for 100% front lock. You generally want this setting somewhere closer to rear diff lock, as more power to the rear will promote more oversteer and cornering ability. Follow the same rules here of turning this setting up until you start to lose traction. This usually happens somewhere around 85%. Once you find your traction limit for the center diff though, it can usually be beneficial to back it down about 10% from the limit. Now, so far, this has all really been advice for road racing, but in rally, you want to tune your diffs a bit different. Well, on less grippy surfaces, your tires will want to spin much more, and a low diff setting will completely gimp the amount of power you can put down to the road and cause a lot of understeer. So, follow the same tuning guidelines as before, but here, you want your diff settings to be higher. This will allow you to use much more of your power. With rally diff tuning, it comes a lot more down to feel, as there isn't so much a hard limit anymore for when one of your tires loses traction. Alright, let's give a summary. Rear diffs should be tuned as high as possible while maintaining grip, usually between 40 and 85%. Too low, and your inside tire will spin and lose traction. Too high, and your outside tire will drag and lose traction. Front diffs are the other way around. Tune as low as possible while maintaining grip, usually between 15 and 40%. Too high, and your outside tire plows and causes understeer. Too low, and you lose power. Decel should always be tuned a bit lower than your acceleration setting, and on center diffs, the more power you send to the rear, the more oversteer you have, but too high, and you'll lose grip all around. Usually you want this setting between 50 and 85%. And in rally, you want higher diff settings all around to get more power to the road. Alright guys, I know this was an earful, but I really hope I was able to at least somewhat help
That wasn't an earful, that was just more of like how's this one Papa needs a Pplus needs a motherfucking driving class. I actually feel it, look at it, see it in person. Just looking at bars. Oh my gosh.
Hey everyone, welcome to my advanced brake and aerodynamics tuning video. Adjusting both your aero and braking are some of the more simple and straightforward aspects of tuning, so I've decided to combine them into one video. Let's start with braking. First, some basic braking philosophy. Your braking ability can never exceed the grip of your tires, so if you have fully upgraded brakes but are still running skinny stock tires, a lot of potential braking ability is being wasted. So always make sure that you upgrade your tire width and or compound to match your brakes. We'll go into how to do that a bit later. Now let's talk ABS. You have the option to turn this on or off for any car in the settings menu, and it greatly affects how your car drives. ABS, or anti-lock brake system, is a feature that can dynamically adjust braking pressure to prevent your wheels from locking up. With it on, you can press the brakes as hard as you like and your wheels won't lock up, decreasing the amount of time it takes to brake and meaning you'll still be able to steer the car under hard braking. However, ABS isn't a perfect system, and with good manual brake control, you can almost always outbrake a car using ABS. So, your choice is between consistent but slightly less efficient braking with ABS on, or having to manually manage your braking pressure, risking locking up your wheels for the potential reward of much faster braking if managed properly. This choice also affects how you tune your brakes. So let's actually get into the tuning here, starting by getting ourselves familiar with the friction tab of telemetry. This shows us the amount of grip available to each tire, and as you can see with ABS on while I'm braking, the friction is bouncing as the car tries to keep traction on the tires. With ABS off and full braking, the friction just maxes out as the wheels freeze against the road. So what can this tell us for brake tuning? If we hop into the tuning window, you can see that we have two adjustments to make: front and rear brake balance and overall brake pressure. It's worth noting that brake balance is a bit backwards, and moving the slider toward front will actually increase pressure in the rear, and vice versa for moving the slider to the rear. So as you brake, most of your weight shifts to the front of the car, and your front brakes do the majority of the work, while your rear brakes are meant more to keep the car balanced and straight, while also assisting in slowing the car down. A car with softer suspension will shift more weight to the front and thus need more braking power shifted to the front as well, while a car with very stiff suspension, or say a rear engine car that has more weight in the rear, will be able to use more of the rear brakes to slow the car down. Use the friction tab of telemetry to make sure both front and rear brakes are being used effectively. For example, if your rear brakes are not exceeding well over 100% friction under full braking, you probably aren't utilizing all of your rear brakes. You can also take a look at the simulated braking distance on the tuning window, but keep in mind every time this is recalculated, the value can and will change. As you can see, I'm moving the slider right back into the same spot, but my braking distance numbers change each time, so make sure you recalculate a few times by moving the slider back and forth one notch and just looking at the average difference in brake distance between two set values. You should focus more on making sure that total brake time is reduced and that you're using your brakes to the fullest, but also remember that shifting brake balance more to the front can reduce stability and increase understeer when entering a corner, whereas more rear braking will reduce braking stability and increase corner entry oversteer. And finally, in general, you never want to be moving the slider too far for normal track driving. I'd set a limit of about 20% in either direction. Now let's dive into pressure quickly. If you play with ABS on, adjusting pressure makes nearly no difference, as the ABS will always be dynamically adjusting braking pressure on its own anyway. So leave this at 100% unless you want to adjust how sharply the brakes come on when pressing down on the brake button. If you want to brake a bit smoother, take it down to around 90%. Now, if you're playing with ABS off, pressure plays a big role in your braking feel. Ultimately, this does just all come down to driver feel, so adjust this to your own preference, but for a quick reference, lower pressures will be easier to manage when learning ABS off driving, but you'll often need to leave pressure stock or turn them up to get a benefit in braking ability over cars driving with ABS. Now, before we move on to aerodynamics, let's touch on that point I brought up earlier, which was making sure your tire upgrades match your brake upgrades. If you notice that you're having to turn your overall pressure really low to get good braking without the tires locking up, it's usually a tire compound issue, and that's what you should upgrade. However, if you notice you're having to shift your front-rear brake balance outside that roughly 10 to 20% acceptable range, that's usually a tire width issue, and you should upgrade the width of your tires at least one notch. And that's just about all there is to the essentials of brake tuning. Luckily, brake tuning is pretty straightforward, and it's easy to just change up a couple tuning values, go test them out on the track, or just look at your simulated values and see real concrete evidence as to whether or not you've improved or hurt the performance of your car. It can be a lot harder to get such concrete evidence for things like suspension tuning. Now, moving on to the next relatively easy tuning section, let's talk about aerodynamics. In almost all cars,
where it's of power range. Right, so onto the tuning side of things. Now, with tyres, I find that around 27.5 psi is going to be the best starting. Tend to find heavier cars, I will start dropping that down lower. Lighter cars, I will raise that up. Now, if you have a car that has hardly any traction at the back, you can reduce your your rear down a little bit lower than your front, but just don't make it too drastic. Now, we will start from the differential and work our way over. Where you've got drift suspension, it does 75% acceleration, 75% deceleration. Now, depending on what car I've got, I usually go 50% on the acceleration, and whatever the acceleration is, I will halve for the rear. Now, if you've got a four-wheel drive car, leave the balance alone, but then adjust your front down to about 30% and your rear down to about 50%, half on the rear, zero deceleration on the front, and then tune from there. Now, aero, I'm going to leave the aero standard for now, but what I would usually do, I would put the front up to around about 85 and leave the rear alone, and then we'll adjust the rear when we're going for our test drive. Now, the formula comes in handy, and you will need a calculator or a phone in order for this. So what I mean by maximum takeaway minimum is your setting here. So maximum on rebound stiffness is 20, minimum will be 3. give you 17. So we're going to do, I'm going to write this down for the first time. It's 17 times your weight ratio, and that will then give you an answer, and you add minimum back on. So our weight ratio was 55%. So we get our calculator. And we will do 17 times, and it will be 0.55 equals, and then we're gonna add our minimum back on, which is 3, equals. Now our front we know is 55%, so that was times 0.55. We're gonna move that over to 12.35. Now I'm gonna round that up to 12.4. You always round up. If it's below 5, we'll round down. Now it was 55 on the front, that leaves us 45 on the back. So we're going to be doing 17 times 0.45 equals, add our minimum which was 3, gives us 10.65. So we'll round that up to 10.7. Now if you Google percentage calculator, our bump stiffness is always going to be between 50 and 75% of whatever our rebound was. So I tend to do 60%, but it's personal preference and whatever works for you, you can adjust it from there. But use 60 as a base and then go from there. So 60% of 12.4, 60%, get it right, so 12.4 is 7.439, so that would be 7.4. 60% of 10.7. 10.7 is 6.41. So 6.4. Now damping, by the way, maximum minimum will 9.9 times out of 10 be exactly the same. It'll always be 17, unless you've got a lorry or something like that, and they tend to be a little bit different. Some Jeeps are also a little bit different, but the majority of cars that I've found are all 17 times weight ratio. Now springs, this will always change depending on what car you've got. So we'll need our pen and paper for this one. So we'll adjust the top to max, bottom to minimum. Then we'll take note of what they are. So we have 312, 62.4. So we're going to write this down. 312 take away 62.4 equals. Quickly work that out.
I wrote it up, bro.
312.
I'm taking notes.
Take away.
You can't grow if you don't learn. You gotta learn.
249.6. Take a note of this.
You know, I know this part. I know this part specifically.
Mixed calculation.
I know this part. I know this part specifically.
That is our maximum takeaway minimum.
This dude has a racing wheel. He's doing it on a racing wheel, yo. I got you. This seriously.
Then we're add our minimum back on, which was 62.4 equals 19968. So we'll put that in. That'll be 200. Remember, we're rounding up because it's over 5.5. Now, we'll take our 249.6 and we'll times that by a rear, which was 0.45 equals, at minimum, gives us 174.72. So that'll be 175. No, it won't. It'll give us 174.7. Right, ride height. If you are riding on a very bumpy road, then raise your ride height up. Otherwise, if it's a nice smooth ride, keep it low. Reduce that centre of gravity. Now, by raising it up, I would do 2 taps front and back. Don't tend to do no more than that. Anti-roll bars. Again, minimum, maximum. Tend to find your maximum is 65. Minimum is 1, leaving 64. So we will do 64 Now this is personal preference to me. You can add 1 usually, but I like stiff anti-roll bars. So add 3 equals 38.2. 31.5 that is our anti-roll bar springs and damping setup. Now, alignment is done by telemetry, however you want to say it, and I will usually start off with 1 and 0.6. Your front caster on drift suspension will always be maxed out at 7. Now, on a normal car, we'll keep that at 5. If it's a super or a hyper car, we'll put it to 6 to 6.5. Need to dabble with that a little bit, personal preference, but it tends to be supercars and hypercars around about 6.5 and 6. All normal cars keep at 5. Now your toe out makes the car turn in quicker, toe in makes the car more stable. So if you have a rear-wheel drive car that is very tail happy, you've tried to tune it out, but it just will not stop spinning out from the rear, add toe into the back. Now, I don't usually go over 0.5, but on some of my drift cars I have, but this is a grip tuning video, so we'll keep to a maximum of 0.5. If you have a 4-wheel drive car, a little tip, if it is not steering how you want, so it's not turning in nicely, you're not managing to get that front end to dig in and turn, what you can do is put out 0.3 on the front, out 0.3 on the rear. This will give your wheels a type of U-shape and your car will really start to dig in. Now you can raise or reduce that number depending on how you feel, but this is a good little tip for 4-wheel drive cars. Gearing. So remember our 6,750 RPM. Now what I tend to do is I will adjust the 6th gear into the corner of that window for the final drive, and then I will do the rest of the tuning on the fly. As I said, we've done tyres 27.5 and we'll also adjust them if needed on the fly. So that's the basic tuning settings, and now we're going to go and see how the car drives. Now what I tend to do is I'll go over to the roundabout at the top of the city and I will use our telemetry, however you say it, and I will use a guide on there to help me find our perfect camber settings. Now all cars are different, especially if you've adjusted your anti-roll bars and suspension, it will actually change. So if you've made big changes, always go back to your camber settings and just double check what you have done still meets what I'm about to show you now. Let's just drop these down here. Now my telemetry is set up on the left button, yours may be the same or different, but we basically want either this screen or, to work it out, this screen here. Now if you look, we're going to be going clockwise round the roundabout. So if you look at the front right and rear left, the camber, when we're turning, we want it to flash between a positive and a negative. So we want that negative symbol to disappear as we're turning. So I'm going to gradually speed up, and then I'm actually going to force the car into a bit of understeer where the front starts pushing. And I want both the front and the rear to flash. Now we've actually got, if you keep an eye on that, I'll do it again, the front goes over quite nicely and the back is gradually getting just there. So we need to make a very minor adjustment. I mean, I'm going to be taking 0.1 out front and back. It's actually quite a low setting. Most cars are around about 1.1, 1.7. So again, I'm going to keep turning, double check what we've done. Now they're both flashing, all good to go. Now the other window we were just in here, what you want to do is get the... Now they're they're both flashing, all good to go. Now the other window we were just in here, quite nicely, and the back is gradually getting just there. So we need to make a very minor adjustment. I mean, I'm going to be taking 0.1 out front and back. It's actually quite a low setting. Most cars are around about 1.1, 1.7. So again, we're going to keep turning, just double check what we've done. Now they're both flashing, good to go. Now the other window we were just in here, what you want to do is get the tyres nice and warm. In a winter it's not too great this screen, unless you've got some street tyres on where it's easy to warm up, but these are race tyres, they're going to take quite a lot. But what you want to do is go on a nice twisty, give it a thoroughly good run, and then you want to make sure that the inner and outer are no more than 10 degrees of each other. So if I force this car to hit up the front wheels or the rear, you don't want to slide, because it's really going to make no difference. You're going to try and force understeer on this, if anything. Not going to do it, but either way, we're still within our 10 degrees front and back. This means that you have got the most contact patch with the floor. So that's that done. Now we're on to gearing. Now, right next to a motorway, perfect spot. Let's warm them back tyres up. We're just basically going to rev it up, fit the clutch, and see how many times we hit that red line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 8 in the second gear, catches gear. Way too much bounce on the red line in first gear. And take in mind, this is almost 800 horsepower. It is always going to bounce off that red line in first gear. So what we want to do is try and reduce that as much as we can. If anything, we want to catch grip in second gear. So we know, looking at this graph, that our second gear will catch grip. Now if we move our first all the way to our second, we are going to have a very long gearing, which we don't want. So I'm going to move it up about halfway between where first and second was, and then I'm going to bring the rest of the gearing in range of the power band. Second gear I will bring lower because we want to catch grip. So bring that down to about 5,500. Maybe a little bit more, and then the rest of the gears we want to keep within our power band, and we'll just keep a nice smooth curve on those gears, and we'll go more into the tuning after that. So we're going to repeat this process a few times to make sure that we've got our gears where we want them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Could lengthen that a little bit more, but you know what, we caught grip in second. It wasn't too bad, it was half of what it originally was. Yeah. So, you know, I'm pretty happy with that. We'll keep that. Now what we want to do is make sure the rest of our gears fall within our power band. So let's give it some. Second. Third is just above 7,000. Fourth is 7,500. Fifth just below 8,000, that's where we're running out of torque. Sixth, we're still in our power band and we're still accelerating. Now this side of the motorway is actually the slower side, so if you want to tune for maximum speed, you're actually going to be going the other way than the motorway, and sometimes you might need to lengthen out your sixth gear on the downside of the motorway, we'll call it, in order to make peak top speed. But right now I'm happy with this. We're doing about 217 uphill, 216. I'm pretty sure the way down will probably be in 230 as Dino said, maybe a little bit more. So just keep that in mind. I'm not going to run through that. That is the explanation out of the gearing, and then just dabble with it from there. Now what we're going to do, we're going to go straight into the handling side of things. So we've got some nice bends up here. And we're going to read what the car is doing. Now, first of all, I look for anti-roll bar stuff, so I don't want to give it too much throttle, because obviously this is being 800 horses, it's going to overpower the back end, so you're not going to tune out driver error, you're just going to make the car do what we want it to do better than what it did standard. So we're going to hit some corners, and we're going to keep an eye on what it does. Now, if we come into a corner at a nice steady speed, and then we introduce front wheels, a little bit of understeer, but we'd rather have understeer than oversteer. Another thing what we want to be keeping an eye out for, especially at higher speed, is that the back end is not trying to rotate on us, which it isn't. Again, a little bit of understeer, not a problem. You can always counteract that with a powerful car, a bit more throttle. Now, anti-roll bars, how do we know when to tune our anti-roll bars? Woo! That was unlucky. What we want to keep when we're on the road is when we bring the car left to right, does the car settle down nicely? Yes, it does. It's not too bad. If your car is all over the gap and you're trying to struggle and trying to catch it, we're going to stiffen our anti-roll bars up. We'll show you how to do that in a minute. But so far, so good. The car is actually pretty well set up on the base settings. We'll get into some tighter bends further up. Let's see how it reacts. Now, rebound, damping and bump stiffness is when we're going across slightly bumpy parts of the road and our wheel is extended into the hole. Now, is it making our car skittish, like bouncing around? If so, we want to loosen that off a little bit more. We want to reduce the bump stiffness but still keep it within that 50 to 75% range. A couple of little bumps along here. That's a tight bend. Actually feels pretty good. Okay, but you know what? Straight out of the box is actually pretty good. Gearing's good. Let's see what 6th gear is like down this straight here. That's actually quite an easy car to set up. So what I'll do is I'll explain some ways and tips of how to tune your car up.
Alright. I feel dumb enough now. I feel very intelligent. I think I'm learning something. I feel like I'm learning some things. Yeah, I feel like I'm learning some things with that. I feel like I just learned something. I take some good notes. Let's see. Yeah, if y'all haven't watched the journey, I've been attempting to beat this track for about 2 weeks now. Now, I haven't been like going after it every day and like all day. I have not been doing that at all, and I have not been using the same car. It's more of me saying, "Damn, this is like a perfect test track to see where I'm at." Whoa! That was my fault. I was paying attention. That was my fault. I was paying attention. I just did not realize that. I don't know what happened there. I don't know what happened. Oh Lord, the oversteer. What? I gotta take a poop first now. She said, perfect. That's gonna be what I'm gonna eat then. But some meat. Yeah, I don't want to talk about that. Add that meat to the pasta. Perfect. Little meaty cheesy sandwich. No. Nothing, boo. And then I go. I know I do a lot of adjustments right now, but fuck it. We have to. All right, let's see. I'm just testing. I'm doing numbers and what I feel like it's gonna work on the motherfucking board. It's not how you set up the car. I'll tell you right now. Don't follow my advice. I'm just unique. Oh Lord, see, that is my it's these turns. Let's see. I want to stream on the cameras. Fuck it. I mean, I don't want to go to a stream because that's gonna mess it up.
Turn up the bass and lay low. And another one. Come on. And another one. And another one.
Let's see. I don't have the numbers. I don't have the weight distribution, so I can't just the weight properly. I'm guessing it right now. That's all I really can do right now. What in the world? My front feels good, it's my back. That's my back. Why my back feel like it's nice? I'm tired for sure. Suffering. Right. Definitely. She needs some more stiffness. 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 This nigga tried to quit me. I felt that. Yeah, as you guys see, we're getting there. We do a lot better. This nigga here. Alright, it's a little still. Oh shit. Now why you listening? What the fuck? Alright, y'all. It's hard for me to adjust to when it's fucking raining like this. Like, it's hard for me to understand what to really do. Oh my goodness. I think it's like the best I've done so far though. No! What the fuck? I lost grip. I know. I gotta know it. I gotta know it. I gotta know it. I could have did better. I know. I know. Ah! Damn it! Alright. We learning, y'all. We learning. So, in that case, we need some more stimulus in the front. Stiffer. This cause having loose traction on the heavy low, softening. In relation to the rear front grip, reduces understeer. Softening front springs in relation to the rear increases front grip and reduces understeer. What? I thought stiffer front tire transfer way more easily. Man, it ain't go a little softer. I don't know. You might try different spring rates in the front and rear to affect the balance between understeer and oversteer. Softer springs absorb bumps better, but reduce responsiveness. Your rear spring rates to increase oversteer. Decrease soften. The rear springs to increase understeer. Like, I don't need that much understeer because this is already spinning out. Under heavy braking, increasing the front spring stiffers in relation to the rear can reduce oversteer. Plow through turn. That's why I'm going with. I'm going to plow through these fucking turns. All right, so that's where we're gonna do first. Stiffen in front, damping adds grip to the rear. Damping controls to the suspension rate of travel in two directions. Bump damping controls. I don't care about bump damping right now. Well, increasing front bump damping stiffness in traditional understeer, but it's just a bump damping can. Why are you telling me about bump damping? I don't care. Adjusting rear rebound damping. Trust what about rebound, nigga? Adjusting rear rebound damage, fine touch curtain and rebound. Why is it not bump damping? I don't care about bump damping. Alright, All right, let's see, y'all. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. No! What the fuck? Wow, why are you fucking sliding everywhere? Bitch. No! Oh my god, I'm gonna stand for a minute because I'm gonna take a break. I'm gonna step and stretch. I'm gonna sit down and look at the stupid ass fucking screen. Alright, let's go. Let's see. Shit. Ah, I fucked up. Move out the way, dog. That's better. That's better. That's so much better. Oh my god, that was so much better. So much better. Oh my god. Oh my god, so much better. Oh my god. Okay, I like that one. We're stretching still. Alright. I'm going to the zone, y'all.
The classical soul. I got the nastiest classical soul. I classical soul. I do this for my soul fly so high. Do this for my soul fly so high. Classical soul. I got the nastiest classical soul. I classical soul. I do this for my soul fly so high. Do this for my soul fly so high. Classical soul. I got the nastiest classical soul. I classical soul.
the underground. And nowadays, it's the ways of the underground. And nowadays, it's the ways of the underground. And nowadays, it's the ways of the underground.
All right, we done 2.5 hours of schooling and knowledge. So I'm gonna take a short intermission, and then when I come back, we're gonna pull out the notepad, take some fucking notes. I'm gonna do one more. Some on here with y'all. I'm learning, but I require my the mother loving fucking weight displacement. I'm fighting against myself now. I don't know the weight displacement, so it's kind of it's difficult to get a grasp of where I should be working, what I should be starting on. I could be doing more work than necessary, technically. I mean, certain things I got down. At least I understand. I know better. Cause you see now, I can get to fucking 4th place. I'm not just a testament of my Nah, I say that's too hard. Okay, one more. Fuck. Yeah, y'all understand. This shit is quite the challenge. Let's see. Yeah, that bitch in 3rd gear now? What the fuck? My understeer is too bad in the back and understeer is too bad in the front. Understeer in the front, oversteer in the back. God damn it. So I changed the wrong thing, that's why. Let me change this. Understeer in the front. So